Taurus, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your spring equinox reading. I am using my animal tarot cards today that have wands represented in here by spring. So the spring equinox is a wonderful time of balance. It's a wonderful time to spring clean, to spring into action, to look at what has quietly been growing in your life in the past to allow for future further growth and blossoming in the future. This reading is for those that most need to hear it, and if it resonates, my darling, you are hearing it in your divine design. If it does resonate, or I resonate as a reader, thank you so much for hitting that like button for me. So let's have a look to see what wishes to come out for you for Taurus. So this is sort of things that have been planted in your life, or you've planted for future growth. Thank you, Spirit. In the past, we have got the 9 of Cups that's come out for you, which is the first card that I've seen. You've been having a little bit of a joyous kind of playful approach to life, which is really lovely. This is the wonderful little cheeky Pomeranian dog. So there's been all sorts of opportunities for you with the 9 of Cups. Cups, as you know, are about emotions, about fulfillment as well. It's about love. So I feel that there has been certain wishes fulfilled in the past for you, which has enabled you to approach life in a much more playful way, with the understanding that actually, you know, perhaps your dreams do come true, perhaps wishes do come true, and then actually that understanding about manifestations and the universe and the law of attraction, that has all allowed you to come into, is given you such a place of gratitude, a state of gratitude in your life. And this is a wonderful energy to be very present in today. So I think all sorts of different things that you have, and if you think about what's happened in your life, all sorts of different things have presented themselves to you literally as presents. And I think you may have tired of some, I'm going to put it that way, but you may still be very engaged with other things. But there is a state of appreciation for your life and what has been presented to you. And I also feel that you understand as well how important command is, the voice to the universe. You understand that. You've got here the little Aladdin's lamp here with the little dog. So it's about the commands that you've been given and your understanding of that. So beautiful energy, Taurus. Let's have a look to see what you need to cultivate future dreams for yourself. So you have got the Hermit. I feel a lot of people want to spend time with you. This is my sense. A lot of people want to spend time with you. And I feel to continue to have enough energy to kind of play this game of life, to enjoy yourself, to run around, to do all the things that you want to do. It's very important in terms of nurturing and cultivating that you give yourself time out. Okay, you give yourself time to just go into your man cave or your woman cave. You know, it's like these little doggies will go off to their beds and that's their space. You need to make sure that you have a space and that you create a space that is just yours and yours alone. And whether that is also in a state of meditation, walks, being outside, whatever that may be for yourself, my darling, but it's very important that you create healthy boundaries for yourself and you take time out. That's the big message that I'm receiving as well. So because I feel I'm getting the words moths to a flame. So I feel that people, because you are in such a beautiful high energy and because you are so encouraging for others, there is an encouragement that you give out even unintentionally. I know you do it intentionally as well in that lovely energy of the 9 of Cups and a state of gratitude, but others are drawn towards you. And sometimes people are in desperate need of who you are. And so it's a little bit about being observant of who's around you, perhaps who's drawing on your energy and who's adding to it. So it's like a radiator or a drain, and just don't let yourself become too drained. Okay. Yeah, there we are. So that was that little message. Interesting one. What's going to blossom in your life, my darling, in the near future? Thank you. Interesting. I have got the Queen of Autumn. This is why it's important you create a space for yourself. I've got the Queen of Pentacles has come out alongside the Five of Spring. Don't allow this energy to grow in your life. This is why I feel it's important that the Hermit card has appeared as a way of nurturing. So you can either focus forward now as the Queen of Pentacles, moving away from things that might draw you into a place of conflict, okay? But looking forward to future growth. There is early signs of things already growing for you. The daffodils are the first to come up in the spring, and the Queen of Pentacles is an energy of bounding into spring, springing into action, seeing the first signs of the universe presenting growth, change, possibilities, opportunities, and nurturing it in a way that encourages future growth. So to give your attention and focus on the big picture for yourself, to focus on that blossoming, not to focus on combative energies with others where nobody wins, that nobody wins, because this is ego fighting ego. Soul listens to soul. So don't let this blossom in your life. So to perhaps withdraw from energies of people that are looking to drain you at this time, not intentionally necessarily, but just because they're in that state and place themselves. And you're such a sort of big, gorgeous, lovely, gorgeous light. It's a sort of, it draws people in. But I think you're finding it a little bit tiring at this time. This is a very tiring energy as well. Really, it's kind of, you know, with the Five of Wands as well, is it really worth your time and effort and energy? Because this is where, as the Queen of Pentacles here with the hair, you're very good at listening. You're very good. You're not very good at being still. But you're also very good at sitting in stillness. Let's put it that way. But you know, as the Queen of Pentacles, you can make very quick, not quick, very firm decisions for yourself, and you tend to stick with them. And that's been because of past experiences. And you're very independent as well. But I do feel you rush around doing a lot. And I sometimes think you don't stop and think. You're living life very consciously on so many levels. But there is, and I think this is a past trait that's come through, you have a very firm half glass full approach to life, which is wonderful, and you attract so many things into your life. But I feel that sometimes you wish to help others that perhaps are not able to help themselves. And I think sometimes you can get into this sort of conflict with people. And is it really worth your time and effort if it's a constant banging of heads of two people that just can't understand one another? Anyway, that is just a message for you. You can be, you know, caring and compassionate and thoughtful and all of that, but you don't have to, if you can't get your point across, if your point's not being received, then it's not meant to be received. That's a message for somebody there. What to let go of? Thank you, Spirit. The Siamese cat, the ego. And I feel this is why the Five of Spring has come out. I think that past experiences have perhaps taught you that you perhaps haven't been seen as much as you've wanted to be seen. So sometimes we can exist within a false belief of ourselves that we're not respected or we're not listened to. And the Siamese cat has a wonderful voice. And what to spring clean out of your life is is the understanding, and it's this 5 of Wands here, that ego will always fight ego, because the ego within us is the sense of false identity that we're separate from everything else. We're not connected to everything else. We're not part of the universe, divine oneness. And that sense of separation causes all sorts of anxieties and fears. But, you know, my darling, I feel that you, when you're in this wonderful space of the 9 of Cups, in that playful energy, and the Queen of Pentacles, that's a being energy, my darling. That's a wonderful energy of being very connected with yourself. That ego, that sense of self disappears, because you're in a state of higher being, you're in a state of higher consciousness, you're in a state of super consciousness, and you know that feeling. That's a confidence born of itself. That's a confidence that comes from the true you, the essence of who you are. But I feel it's only your identity that sometimes plays games with itself, and you tell yourself things that are just not true. And so that is that false sense of false belief in yourself. Spirit is urging you to look at that and to say, that's not the real you. The cat here is sort of dressed up with jewels and everything. It's not the real you. It's not the natural you. You know who the natural you is. It's this, the Queen of Pentacles. So focus on that growth, because that's what you're being asked to let go of, my darling. And what to embrace, spring growth, what to embrace. Thank you. Look at that. You've got the renewal card has come out, the judgment card. To embrace that everything has happened for you. To embrace that sometimes things that didn't work out quite the way they were meant to work out for us, actually, in hindsight, have worked out very well. That out of perhaps a failed relationship, or a promotion that didn't happen, an opportunity that didn't happen, something else has grown and popped its head out and said, hello, I'm here. But wouldn't have happened if you had at the time done what you had hoped to do. And that's why I feel with this 9 of Cups, with the toys all over the place, you know, you've tried your hand at many different things, and some have kept your interest for a while and some for longer, but you've created all sorts of wonderful experiences in your life. And with this renewal card, with the judgment card, I feel that actually to embrace the concept that there is no judgment of yourself, there is no judgment of others. This is a belief. It's a growing belief. It's interesting it's come out with the ego card, but it's a growing belief in yourself, and a belief in the experiences have given you so much for your future growth. And the judgment card is to literally not be in judgment of what has happened, to bless the past, because then you're in a place of and a sense of gratitude. And that's what I feel you've done. But there is just this little hiccup within you of perhaps not having that total and utter belief in yourself, or perhaps perceiving that this is something else outside of you that's creating all these wonderful opportunities in your life, but actually you're commanding it, you're creating it, you're living life consciously as the Queen of Pentacles. But sometimes I don't think you can quite believe that that is what is actually happening. You know, with this renewal card, there is something that's coming back around for you. I do feel this, but it is different. It was always different. When old plants die and they rest in the winter and they come back, they're always different. But it's to embrace what is to come, to embrace what is future growth that's to come for you, and to embrace it with the understanding that it's coming naturally for you. It's coming as a result of the growth that you've already done, my darling. So this is really, really beautiful. Yeah, bless the past. Rest in the present, okay? Bless the past, rest in the present, remain in your playful state of being, trust yourself, remain this wonderful, open, caring, thoughtful individual who is source energy, at its best. And, you know, just be careful about perhaps thought patterns in your mind that are creating things that you don't want to see in your life, which this Five of Wands. And with the renewal card, you know, there's clarity coming through, and embrace what is about to be an aspect of this Nine of Cups here, this wish fulfillment card for yourself in the past, because there is a state of anticipation, a blissful state of anticipation with this little Pomeranian dog, my darling, and that's what Spirit encourages you to do as well. So there we are. I trust that this has helped those that have resonated with this reading. I look forward to doing a weekly reading a little bit later for you this week, but in the meantime, my darling, have the rest of a beautiful day. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.